Hi everyone, this is my final project, credit fraud detection. And firstly, we'll get an overview about our whole introduction about the project. I will firstly introduce some background of credit fraud and then go into the analysis part into main towards Python and R, and finally get a summary of the whole project. Well, for the background, what is credit fraud? Actually, for credit fraud is a wide-ranging term we currently know. It's for theft and fraud committed by using payment cards as a fraudulent source of funds in a transaction. It's a complex problem widely faced by all financial corporations and companies with credit system. Well, we usually have this type of credit fraud and like theft, account takeover, counterfeit cards never received, blah blah blah. This is a common problem we will face in the real life, and you will sometimes receive a phone call or get a message from the bank like, do you have recently make purchase at blah blah blah. This is kind of things that the bank there do the credit fraud detection. So this is widely used in current credit system, and it's a good important thing for the banking to help us know our funding security. Well, typically here in credit fraud detection, firstly that the credit card fraud detection is really recognized as a multi-class problem since the fraud method varies continuously. And the past experience in credit card fraud detection mainly applying the unsupervised learning rather than supervised learning model because of the changed fraud methods and lack label. And the data here is really hard to access. That's the main problem here, since it's about banking, and banking data is always confidential. And then we will go into the analysis part. The data resources come from a Kaggle ML competition, contains transaction made by a credit holder, a European credit holder. And this card holder, so it's a real data and contains 492 frauds out of 28,000 transactions. We have total 30 variables, but we just know 2 of them at the time and amounts. Since the rest of them, the 28 variables, they're confidential, so we do not know the exactly names of these variables. But it's okay. We can still use them to do the analysis. And currently, we have class for this data set. That's a good news. 1 is for fraud and 0 is for non-fraud. It's a binomial class. And we're going to our analysis in Python. And currently, we have 2 parts for this analysis. The first part is about pre-processing. We will do data cleaning, and the most important part here is balanced data processing and correlation metrics, remove outliers, split in train and test that, and then the dimensionality reduction. And for our classifier, we have 4 main classifier here: the LR model, the K-neighbor, the SVM disentry, and then we will also use the neutral network to feed the data. And then we will compare all this algorithm. Use the accuracy rate, learning curve, and ROC. Well, the important thing here deal with imbalanced data. We have 2 main methods to deal with that. Oh, you can see this is totally imbalanced. Most of them are for the no frauds, and just 0.17 accounts for the frauds. We have 2 ways here to deal with the imbalanced data: undersample method and oversample method. Currently, we use the undersample method in Python, and we will show another way in R. Undersample means that we let the large class equal to the smaller one. It means that we cut the number of the large class and let the number of the large class equal to the smaller one. And they are all 492 currently. The data set size for each class. And after we do this, we can see they are equally distributed. And then we use the correlation matrix to see the relationship between the variables. We'll have positive relationship and negative relationship. This is positive relationship variables means that if these variables are high, there will be a high possibility to go into fraud transaction. And for negative relationship here, it means if these variables are low, there will be a higher possibility to go into the fraud transaction. And we can also see this is relationship in the box plot, but another way that box plot is really a good way for us to detect the outliers. We can see obvious outliers here. Before construct the model, we will remove these outliers. Well, the last part of our pre-processing is dimensionality reduction. Here we have 3 main ways to deal with that. TSNE is the most popular one currently. It will not change the status of the data points from the high dimension to the low dimension. It uses the Euclidean distance to calculate the distance between the data points, and this is to our linear reduction way, but the TSNE are non-linear reduction way. So in these scatter plots, we can see for these 2, the data points are clustered too close. It's not good for dimensionality reduction, but TSNE really scatter well, so currently we choose this one. And then we construct our classifier, then compare this is 4 main classifier. We get the training accuracy rate. Well, the LR model currently is the best one. And if we go into the learning curve, we found LR model and support vector are good here since they have the limits. They go close at the end. In statistics, we see they have the contingency. And for this 2, for this 3, they are too low. And if you see they are too low or too high, it means they have overfitting or underfitting. And we also compare them in the ROC curve. You can see for the ROC score on the LR model and the support vector are the best one, the best than these 2. And in ROC curve plot, we can also find that if we get a vertical, we choose a specific FP, and we can see that the LR model and the support vector, they are higher, and these 2 lines are close to the left line. That means these 2 are better. And we also do the neutral network here, and we can see some layer output. For the confusion matrix, it's not that good. Compared with 100% accuracy, they still have some points fall into this part, into this range. It seems not that good. And then we move to the analysis in R. In R, firstly, since it's not that easy to get a real credit fraud dataset, so we do not have another dataset currently. But I will stratify sampling to make a new dataset. The concept about stratify sampling is that we stratify our original dataset and extract the data from every stratified dataset. Extract from this one, and let the proportion be equal. And then we get a smaller dataset. That's our new dataset. And we still have a problem to deal with imbalanced data. You can see the original class distribution are imbalanced. And currently, we do not use the previous undersample method. We use oversample method, the smart here. The concept about smart is that we let the small class, the number of small class, be equal to the larger one. How smart do that is that smart will use algorithm to create new data for the small class. And you can see after we use smart, the class distribution will be more balanced. Not that balanced, but it's better than the previous one. And we construct our LR model, but you can see all the p-value here is not good. It means the variables are not significant. I guess it's because we do not do that too much data pre-processing work like in Python. And the ARC is also high. Higher AIC means the bad model fit. And for the confusion matrix and ROC, this is still okay since we have a high accuracy rate, and the metrics are also okay. The ROC is also okay, but according to previous insignificant in the variable, we still reject this model. And we also construct decision tree here. You can see the OOB arrow plot. The color line here means the different classes, and the black one, the OOB arrow line, it means the out-of-X samples. And OOB arrow is the one evaluating the prediction on those observations which were not used in the building of algorithm. If we have the small OOB arrow, that's the better. Currently, you can see the OOB arrow line is low, so it's good. And for the confusion matrix, it's also okay. The confusion matrix accuracy rate, we can see it's pretty good. And lastly, we have a variable importance plot. This can show what kind of contribution every variable contribute to the class, and that's really important thing for the domain knowledge person to understand every variable's contribution. And here we can see the V14, V17, V12, V10, they have the high importance. And if we have someone in domain, have some person have the domain knowledge here, they would know what exactly this variable is and have some strategy about credit fraud. And we can see amount here is have some importance, but the time is not here. That means time maybe no great contribution to the class. Classification. Well, we go to our summary finally. Firstly, that about the credit fraud detection, it's always imbalanced data. That means most of us are good person. Most of us will not do the fraud transaction. So deal with imbalanced data set is always an important problem for the credit fraud detection. And second thing that deal with variable importance is really important in credit fraud detection, since the domain knowledge person, the business person should know what kind of elements will contribute to the credit fraud. That will help them detect it. And then in this case, we found LR and SVC seems a good classifier for our dataset. That's it. Thanks very much.